screaming goat in a helium-filled airlock. Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Thank you so much. Today we're jumping into r/LegbeardStories, at least I think that's what it is. I do see that a Legbeard is mentioned here, but Irish Pirate also wrote it about his wife, so I assume that there's gonna be like some mushy stuff in there too, which I guess is okay because we have been doing like dating and relationship stuff, especially on the podcast that I do with my wife, the Mr. and Mrs. ReddX podcast. I hope you'll check that out on Spotify or, you know, your favorite podcast services, probably Spotify. Also wanted to mention the TikTok and the Twitch because I'm back over there. We'll get some additional plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this r/LegbeardStories cringe. My wife is a bit sadistic, and I love her oh so very much. Is she threatening you, Irish Pirate? You can tell me, okay? Have her take that knife out of the back and then you say it. No, I totally get it. My wife, also slightly sadistic, although I think I a bit more so than her. She got like feelings and stuff. She's always telling me like, oh, that's so mean what you said. Yeah, it is. Anyways, intro, hey! I recently said in the Star Wars Shenanigans finale that I might do a post about my wife. Oh, Star Wars Shenanigans, that's in almost 11-hour compilation that's ready for you guys to consume at whatever point you would like. It's beautiful. I had to wait so long for it to get approved and all, but it is, and it's there, and you should watch it if you haven't. We'll call OP's wife Scarlett because her favorite movie of all time is Gone with the Wind, and her particular brand of devious mischief. This isn't going to be a particularly long post, and I don't expect it to make it to the channel because it's not really cringe. Oh, come on! Some stories just need to be told. I see Legbeard right there. I can't resist. Some part of me is curious, and I don't want to read it off the channel. I gotta do it. We're just gonna do it, alright? It's fine. It's gonna be fine. I figured some of you might get a kick out of it. I also know that some of you might not get a kick out of it, but that's okay. There you go, you gotta live for you. Placate no one. This is just a quick little post that I'm gonna hammer out over the course of a half hour or so. Wow, you write real fast. I'd do a lot more writing if I wrote that fast. The subordinate Legbeard scheme. See, this is what sucked me in. You said Legbeard. I had to do it, okay? Lord knows I need more Legbeard content on the channel. Anyways, I work in a psychiatric hospital, and I have a subordinate at work that is exhausting. Does her first name start with unfortune, and her last name rhymes with dookie? Let's call her Frisbeard. Oh, I'll climb on the magic school bus.
Ride on the magic school bus.
Why? Because her hair looks like she tried to give CPR to a wall outlet after coming in from the kind of humidity that you really only get in the southeast region of the US. She is the walking embodiment of malicious compliance at times, and she acts in ways that completely defy the common sense of others. I like that you said malicious compliance. Like, you're kind of giving her the benefit of the doubt, aren't you? I kind of just start off presuming that she's an idiot. Okay, I really have to spell all of this out for you. Fine, I know that now. Example offenses include going on 3-hour walks in the park behind the hospital because it's not written anywhere in policy that she cannot do it. And then getting upset when I made a departmental policy saying that we cannot do that. Yeah, you're just out to get her. What's wrong? I just want to be paid fairly for my 3-hour walks in the park while I'm on the clock. That is ridiculous. I'm all for slacking off, but come on, man. Surely there is some better use of your time. She leaves bags of dirty clothes under her desk from said outdoor excursions because there's no policy that says that she cannot do that. Ew. Now this entire office smells like a locker room because you don't have the good graces to like stick that in your car or something. Does she get super sweaty? Are the dirty clothes super gross? Or is OP just kind of griping about nothing right now? I assume that they kind of smell if you're writing a policy against it. But I don't know, maybe you are just like outgunning for her. I'm trying to see both sides. She tried to use sick leave for a vet's appointment because, and I'm quoting here, "My dogs are my children, just like your kids are yours." Yeah, that's sad. I mean, not really, I guess. Less beards in the world, but I don't know, man. My kids will grow up. My kids will hopefully provide some benefit to society someday. What is the purpose of your dog? Not to be cruel about it. I understand people love their pets, but you understand it's just a pet, right? It's no replacement for a child. I'm with Irish Pirate on this one. You can't make this comparison. It's ludicrous. I denied the request, and since we're government employees, provided the statute and article that define how sick leave can or cannot be used for family. When she questioned it, I found the state government definition for family. Spoiler alert, it didn't include dogs. Well, I'm shocked. We need to update this legislation right away. Then she proceeded to come to my office with pictures of her dogs the next day to try and appeal the decision by showing me her children. God, this is just getting more and more sad. I am depressed already. You said she's working in a psychiatric office? Lay down on the couch real quick. We got a lot of stuff to sort through if I'm being real frank. When I denied the request again, explaining that I couldn't legally approve it, she filed a grievance about me to my bosses, who then laughed their asses off, reading it to me. Oh, that is beautiful. Just the cherry on top. She's like, surely this will make something happen. Yeah, you're gonna provide humor around the office for the whole day, unbeknownst to you. Like, I do feel kind of bad for her, but also, get real. You gotta use one of your own sick days, all right? I mean those unpaid days. You call in, you say, I got some, personal appointments to take care of, or just say I'm feeling sick. Who cares? Lie to your job, whatever. I don't know your exact explanation. I got stuff to do, all right? You don't have to pay me today. You should be throwing a party. Taking pictures of her coworkers doing yoga and stretching exercises in the shared office space without their consent. No one was ever clear as to why, but she got written up for it. Yeah, that is super creep stuff. What are you doing? I'd also like to marvel at the fact that y'all have like a yoga studio in the shared office space. This is like one of those things that they do instead of giving everybody a raise. They're just like, have a ping pong table. Here's a pizza party. We bought you a yoga mat. Like, I buy my own yoga mat, all right? Give me the raise. I want the money. But yeah, why is she taking pictures? Does she even do yoga? She's working on her form? There's plenty of yoga / thirst trap videos out there on the internet for you. Just be cool. This is where you work. She got blackballed from the hospital canteen for breaking off the lettuce stems from her salad before weighing it because, quote, she shouldn't have to pay for the parts that she's not going to eat. I mean, it seems like that makes sense to me, But they also get really mad when I go into the market and try and debone my own chicken before weighing it. So, yeah, this is sort of policy. Please do not mutilate your lettuce and leave the trash lying around for other people to eat. It sounds to me like she gets to pick her own lettuce, so why not just pick the parts without stems, right? Am I going crazy here? And she also did much, much more. So, what triggered my wife's deviousness? Oh no, this lady deserves it. Go ahead, go get her. I came home and told her that I had to give Frisbeard a written warning because she continued to use her keys to move throughout the hospital instead of her access badge. Why is that a big deal? I'm also wondering. Because the hospital is divided into hundreds of compartmented areas to prevent patient escape. Psych hospital. Remember? Yeah, you want to make sure they pay their bills. Oh, and also they're crazy. Okay. Someone that's quick on their feet and crafty might be able to slip in behind someone that isn't paying attention to the door closing behind them, but the more locked sections you put between them and the exit, the harder it is for them to make it all the way out. Are they really that dangerous? I'm a little worried here. I don't like this nut too much. Like sneaky, I get that, but please don't hurt anybody if you do make your way out. Please! I don't think they're gonna listen to reason. The problem is that when you use your keys to move from one section to the next, there's a risk that you might forget to lock the door again, especially if you're in a hurry. Electronic access badges temporarily disengage the lock, but they don't manually switch the mechanism on and off. Oh, yeah, that's making good sense. She's just leaving doors unlocked. I bet she's gonna have the craziest reason for doing it too. She'd be like, the radio frequency of the badge might give me cancer. I guess that's assuming that she even has an explanation at all. I had given her verbal coaching about 3 times at this point that hospital guidelines required access badges to be used, unless the system was down, and keys were the only option. Take her keys. Can we do that? I think we could do that. We've got a paper trail. 3 times, that's enough to say, I can't play with this anymore. Give me your keys. Put your gun and badge on the table, Mahoney. When I asked her why she was having a hard time following the guidelines, she said, I don't like the idea of people knowing where I'm going all the time. Yeah, you're presuming that anybody cares. Although, that is fair. If she's going to slip off into the park for 3 hours. I can see where the trepidation comes from a little bit. She found out that the hospital has a record of whose badge was used to access which area because she had been given a warning by hospital security for going through an area that wasn't meant to be used as a shortcut. Once she knew that Big Brother could watch her, she adapted. Yeah, apparently not very well. She thinks this is big brain time, but I guarantee she's getting written up more now than she did when she just used the badge to go walk in the park behind the hospital. She's also accused the hospital of installing a cell phone jammer and complains that she thinks the CCTVs are following her when she moves down the halls. Yeah, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Please lay down on the couch. Does she actually work here? Did she steal a uniform from somebody? Frisbeard is sus, to say the least. To clarify, these are those black dome covered cameras that would be damn near impossible for anyone to see into without some X-Men level vision. She's massively paranoid. This is really weird. She's egocentric. She thinks people are following her. Like, why would anybody... What purpose would anybody have to follow you? What are you hiding? Are you a secret agent? You could tell me. Really, there are countless other examples of her paranoid behavior, but for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna leave it at that, since those are among the most ridiculous. When I told Scarlett, OP's wife, for those keeping track, about the access badge incident, she gave an impish smirk. The sort of look that you see on a child who slipped a tack into the substitute teacher's chair and patiently awaits the agony-induced outcry that follows. Scarlett, you've seen Shutter Island, right? OP, yeah? Why? I haven't. And OP assists. In case you haven't, 2 cops go to investigate a mental asylum and discover that the hospital is missing a patient. As the movie goes on, you start to see that something is hinky. Turns out one of the cops is actually the patient. Oh my god, spoilers! And the hospital is letting him act out the delusion that he's an investigator in hopes that playing it through will help him make a breakthrough and ground himself back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity. Mom, spaghetti.
That is super interesting. And now I don't need to watch it at all. Thank you for the synopsis. OP's wife does have a pretty killer idea though. She says, you should get a blank patient chart and start just filling it out with stuff about her. Write up a diagnosis for her and stick it in there. I don't think she's self-reflective enough to be like, my God, this sounds exactly like me. OP, Jesus, baby, that's just... OP's wife continues. And under the progress notes section, you should write a note about how patient continues to operate under the delusion that she's a hospital clinician. Further observation will blah, blah, blah. Now, has Frisbeard seen Shutter Island? Because this might trigger something that like crumbles her whole reality down around her. I don't know. This is definitely devious. OP asks, why? Wife says, so you can leave it on your desk. Next time she comes to your office for something, you just excuse yourself for a minute and leave the chart open for her to see. If you thought that she was paranoid before. Did you do it? Please tell me that you did it. Dude, this is some next level stuff. Super devious. I find that to be hilarious. I'm sure not everyone will, but again, this isn't meant to be YouTube fodder, although that's what it became. It's just me sharing some examples of the kind of mischievous thinking that makes me love that woman. Honestly, you should have done it, dude. You might end up fired for it, though, so I don't know. Maybe it's just more fun as an idea. It's definitely against the ethics of psychiatry, right? So, okay, no wonder OP didn't do it, but... I do love the idea, damn it. The VR incident is our other story for the day. 2 sub-stories. I don't care what anyone says, this one is funny. Traumatizing, for me, but funny. I'm ready. If you've ever played Resident Evil 7, my wife looks a bit like Mia Winters. Just change the eyes to blue and add some freckles. Greenie has seen pictures of her for when I commissioned her for an anniversary present. She might be able to confirm that I'm not delusional in drawing that comparison. Maybe. Remember this, Irish pirate, it doesn't matter what anybody else sees in your wife, it only matters what you see in her. You know, my wife, most beautiful woman in the world. Can't nobody hold a candle. I don't need nobody to sign off on that. It is how it is. I see it how I sees it. Anyways, if you haven't played Resident Evil 7, it's okay. You don't need to know what Mia Winters looks like. You just need to know that my wife looks eerily similar to this character. I do want to know what she looks like though. Elijah, can we throw that up on the screen real quick? Got it. Well, one year, Scarlett got me a VR headset under the condition that she gets to watch me play scary games on it. Dude, you set yourself up for failure, essentially. I do not do well with scary games. I don't like to consider myself to be overly wimpy, but I'd be lying if I said games like The Forest or Phasmophobia don't pull noises from me that, to an outsider, would sound like a screaming goat in a helium-filled airlock. All I want is to see that in the video. Can we do that, please? So, with my headset, she gifted me a copy of Resident Evil 7. She had this plan the whole time, dude. I hate to be the one to spell it out for you, but I know. She's just plotting on you. If you don't like spoilers, then this is probably about as good a place as any to end your tag along with this adventure. I thought it said Tagalog for a second. But to be fair, this game is as old as a Great Depression survivor that just refuses to die. And I still haven't played it. If you haven't played it by now, then this probably isn't going to ruin your weekend gaming plans. I mean, that's fair. If I was gonna play it, if I was that interested, I would have done it by now. Early on in the game, there's a sequence where Mia, your wife's character, starts to display some behaviors that are, shall we say, disturbing. And by that, I mean she's at the bottom of the stairs, the light flickers, and now she's so close to your face that you can count her individual hair follicles. Ooh, jump scare, spoopy! Her face is also at this point pale and gaunt, with marble-esque rivers of black running under the skin in sickly spider webs. Her eyes are as cold and black as the frostbitten toe of an Alaskan nudist. Yeah, super evil, super scary. I get it. Horror games are definitely not my bag, you know? And I definitely wouldn't play them in VR. What then follows is just an absolute panic-inducing nightmare involving implements of pain, impalement, and getting the Luke Skywalker / Jaime Lannister treatment as you're being chased down the hall by a slow-moving sadistic version of your beloved who apparently has a mind to hasten the "till death do us part" section of your vows. This does sound interesting to me. I thought it was just gonna be like zombie shenanigans. I thought Resident Evil was more like psychological horror, and then they shift into like action stuff, but this sounds more psychological to me. Maybe I should play some of the newer games. There comes a point in this sequence where she casts you into the role of the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yeah! And makes you forcefully enter a new room. What's that, like she just throws you through a wall? My wife has super strength now? Bruh, we all in trouble. Run and hide. A dark, dirty room with a nearby hatchet. You then have to give her the Lizzie Borden treatment, which somehow makes her a no longer hellish version of herself. I mean, yeah, that'll stop it. I don't think regular wife gets to come back after that, though. Then, when you're making your way down the hall with her, she Vader grips you by the throat and slams you against the wall and uses a screwdriver to make sure that the knuckles of your left hand remain intimately acquainted with a wooden wall slat. Wait, I thought she was no longer... She's just doing this for fun now? Is this what you do to get your sick kicks? I don't know the Resident Evil lore. So what happens next? Well, let's just say that if you were to play Risk, Paper, Chainsaw, the chainsaw wins. Every time. What follows is a chase scene, another homage to Leatherface, and then you get a gun just in time for a basement fight. Yeah, basement fight! Where your wife proceeds to catch bullets to the face like a golden retriever standing 30 feet from a tennis ball pitching machine. Oh no! Is she then no longer a hellish version of herself? It seemed like, you know, giving her the Lizzie Borden treatment didn't work. What would this be? Like the Amityville horror treatment, right? And when you finally take down the T-800 in wife's clothing, you're treated to a brief respite. You're allowed to catch your breath, confirm the kill, and move around the basement for a little while. Cool, I'm going back upstairs. I want to have lemonade. I need to unwind a little more. Until you turn around just in time to get grabbed by a new friend whose greeting includes a fist to your face. Yeah, I guess we all knew this was coming. I hate jump scares more than just about everything else. So I let out the most manly of "oh noes" before the camera dropped me to the floor, staring at an ostensibly dead wife. Oh, they got her too. It hasn't been her the whole time. It's been like the zombie virus, fungus, whatever it is in these games. I don't know. I was absolutely 100% convinced that Mia was gonna open her eyes any second. I braced myself as best I could for her to lunge at me, and she didn't, but Scarlett did. Wife IRL, plotting, just for no reason. She's just plotting. I felt two tiny arms wrap around my waist, and I let out a sound that would make Ron Weasley and Sam Tarley shake their heads and say in unison, "Dude, Grandma pair! Did I piss myself? Maybe a little. I can't recall. Yeah, underwear's absorbent. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Little squirt here and there. It happens. I do know, however, that I stumbled backwards and landed flat on my butt. I ripped the headset off and saw my dearly beloved doubled over in laughter. Aw, that's so mean. Why you gotta do that? I'm just enjoying the new toy. But I guess you don't get something for nothing, you know? Yeah, you pranked me, but I got a VR headset, so who really wins? I'll take it in stride. She composed herself enough to walk over to a nearby chair and recover her phone. Then she tapped the screen and I heard my shrill scream again. Oh no! Oh God, this is priceless, she said. I elected to test the sleepability of the couch that night. Yeah, I mean, your ego's a little bruised, I get it. Is that video up online somewhere? Can we all have a look? I'm sure it was a super manly scream. I totally wouldn't knock you for it, maybe. Anyways, I have watched the video since then, and I do have to admit, it's pretty damn funny. It's a good prank. It's always funny in hindsight. In the moment, just kind of sucks. Outro! Hey, that's all for now. I figured 2 stories about the sadistic ways she amuses herself should suffice. I don't know if these were like you had to be there levels of amusement or not, but I think they're funny. Yeah, I think they hit pretty good. If you don't, then I'm sorry to have wasted your time. Have some confidence in yourself. Be like, you like these stories or you don't like them. Doesn't matter to me. I put it out there. Kind of essentially what I do with these videos. I might come back later to edit the post and add a limerick or a haiku, but brain hurty too much for parody. I'm reserving that tradition for Beard Sagas. I respect it, you know? The parodies can be overdone, I suppose. Although personally, I can't get enough. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Okay, bye. A legbeard at work, paranoid and neurotic. Is she a patient? Oh, it's haikus, look at it. The gift of gaming can be fun for the player or player watcher. Nice, nice, well done. Well, I definitely enjoyed both of these stories. Definitely the Legbeard one a bit more, because there's like, you know, more to bite into. I can't relate a whole lot with the Resident Evil stuff, but I can relate to pranking your spouse. I don't even prank my wife on purpose. I just walk around the house, and like anytime I get near her in the dark, she's like, "Oh, you're so quiet." I'm like, "No, you're so jumpy." I didn't do anything on purpose. I came up to tell you good night. But I guess that's just how it be. I guess she should be really glad that I don't do things like that on purpose. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed these episodes, friends. If you did, I hope you like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share the video around. Check out the links in the description. Follow me everywhere, please. Thanks. I'd also like to thank my wonderful supporters right now, as I do every episode, Jerry much. So thank you too. Selwing, Samantha, A. Wells, Organic Steve, Vladimir Dragonoff, A Tiny Boy, Amelgia Hannon, Sean Cantwell, John Endorse, Train Boy, That One Gay Cop, Valley-Eyed Crane, She's Angel Dark, Bedazzled Misery, Skylar Rain, The Fez Wearer, Rosie Rainbow, Heaven Sent, Robert Thibodeau, Jackie McQueen, Grimstrive, AJ Collins, Tooth Plushy, Corey Arts, Florentic Flavor, Dungeon Bat, Billy D, Robert Waits, Brandon Ashcraft, Phantom Danica, Skylar Morningstar, The Gypsy Barber, Fire Drake, Death's Flagship, and buy 2, get 1 hand. Over on the Patreon side, Ms. Black, Gorius Maximus, Harley Owen, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Mr. Parentful, Waggy Pants is my father. ReddX, Evil 9, The Cringening, the one where you get chased around by the Poopy Cool Man. Yeah, that's my favorite one. Vixie, Fluxer, I mean Jerry, Captain Cloud Jerry, Hong Kong, Ellipses, Esteban, Organic Steve Bean, Tom with the Bag of Balls from downtown, Santa Jerry, Silent Revolver, Zartarus, 28 Jerry, that's the original Jerry for those who don't know, Zarfar Barkar. What's that supposed to mean? Destiny Piper, Jerry Kitsune, Air Frankenberry, ain't that a hide, bitch though? Assassin Punk, Jerry Bang Bang, Baby Jerry, Benchy in the Jets, Billy D, Bitch Kremlin, Blade the Hero, Chancellor Blue Kraken, Commander J Tank, Dirty Little Jerry, Dr. Larks, Dial, Aaron Era, Erratic Mechanic, Eastbar, Stros, Nova Studio, Fire Drake, Gizmo Jack, Hadrian VR, Irish Pirate, just lost the blue marble in a mutiny. Sad when that happens, isn't it? Iron Hollow, J.M. Coon, Jeremy Smith, Jerry Blacktail, Jukebox Jerry, stars in his eyes, Kelly Kraken, Lady Italian, Greyhound Dino, Lady in Awakening, Lauren Crow, Legitimate Girth, Lord Jerry, leader of the Thunder Jerrys, Lukovic was a race car driver, he was a good friend of mine, never did win that check and flame, but I helped him drink his wine, I know how it goes now. Like and subscribe, Lady Dix, Mad Monk, Melgar the Destroyer, Meth and Factor, Mint Chip, oh, you're back, Needless Kick 89, Random Applies, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Queens, Quaaludes, and Quagmire, Sarita the Lolita, Scarlett's Kevin, Sergeant Gay Cop, Ringer of the Law, Silo Wimp, Stephanie Gunner, Storm, Jerry, Welcome, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tomago, the Gypsy Barber, the Lilith Sue, Lord Trufusky, this isn't even my final beard. Trying to play the Bob to get back in the real world. Vanguard Angel, VC3, Viking Jerry, Vladimir Dragonov, Wiki Tag, Zephyr Gargoyle, or Clay, Commandant Mooney, Kira, not another Jerry, but he is though. Cage Alex 9, Redwind, Bad Penny Lane, Carcass, not my third stuff, Venom Jerry, One Leg Jerry, has returned from battle. Normal Jerry, alright, Red Blackers, Red Hell, Beards, hijack my internet, the Mambo, Doritos Daily, send the Soap Squad. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do what we can, but we don't negotiate with terrorists. Amber Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerry, Celebrator of the Tom Army, Bartender Kalia, Big Dad Wolf, Broken Spine Horseradish, Cake Jerry, the original different Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Chicago Panda, Corey, commission now, whoa, Crip Titties, Devon Jerry, Def Tuna, Deku, Dilf Jerry, Dwarfy Dude, Fedorable Jerry, just tip to the lady, ooh, get to it, the Doodles commission's open over there as well, Jerry, Boo's daughter, Ghost of Alpha Greymon 365, half Slavic Jerry in a tracksuit, he cannot, Hydra Jerry Solomon, Janitor Jerry's back from the abyss to clean up after teenage beards, Jeffrey, Gerald of Arivia, Jerry Bo with 2 S's and an E, Jerry Springer, the results are in, you are not the neckbeard, I mean kinda I am though, a little bit, Jerry the Sexy Baga, Jerry's mom has got it going on, Jerry Roxers, Jerry Roleplaying Game, Kid Marvelous, Defender of the Innocent, Enemy to the Bearded, Kitzikin, Machia, CD, maybe next time, Mecha Suits, coming to sense of your cringe, my sense of the world, yeah, it's happening a little bit, it's fine, totally okay, Mr. Gasmask, Not Invisible Angel, Raptor, Selden Dark, Scary, that's Snom Jerry, Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy Scary, Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, they call me Jerry Two Dives, Jerry Pie, this is purely a mercantile transaction, to Infinite Jerry and Beyond, Tokyo Bird, Unkale, Vaughn, Throws Julia Mountain Dew, Grow by Neckbeard, Grow, it's Jerry Time, Hold ReddX Morpher, Hygiene, it's Jerry Time, Hold ReddX Morpher, Humility, and thank you to my $1 patrons as well.
A bless up to all the Jerrys and not Jerrys alike, keeping me afloat out here for real. Please support if you're able. If you're not, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. Cool. Always remember that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.